Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. This is your prediction for April 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else. And be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, let's begin. All right, Moon Babies. Tapping into the Scorpio collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Scorpio need to know for April? I almost said August. Maybe something is happening in April that will like culminate in August or something like that. All right, let's put that on the back burner. Maybe that'll come through today. Maybe it won't. For April 2026, what does the Scorpio collective need to know for April 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, you have the Knight of Swords. In the top row, you have the Eight of Swords, you have the Lovers, and you have the Two of Pentacles. Flanking the Knight of Swords is the Two of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And in the bottom row, you have the Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. Of course, we're going to see that card. Okay. Our overall energy for April. We have the Page of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Sun. Well, I kind of like that. The Ten of Swords actually is astrologically the Sun in Gemini. So there's something here centering around communication. Emperor, Judgment, and the Six of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. There seems to be communication between you and another individual about a particular direction that you want to take. You want to take, they want to take, maybe the two of you want to take together. Let's see where we go with this. I'm going to clarify these cards using the After Tarot deck. I forget who I was telling. Maybe it was Leo or Virgo. I said, I absolutely love this deck. If you don't have this deck, I recommend you go to Amazon and get this deck. It is called the After Tarot deck. And I've been using it more and more in these readings. Has a great feel, great vibe to it. So if you're not familiar with it, the images are different. It does slightly alter the meaning of the card, and we'll go through that as necessary in your reading today. Excuse me. So for the Scorpio collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for April 2026, we are clarifying Eight of Swords, the Lovers, Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands, Ten of Cups, Four of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. I hope my mic is on. Oh, it is. Okay. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Eight of Swords is clarified by the Three of Pentacles. The Lovers is clarified by the Devil. The Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Cups. The Two of Wands is clarified by the Fool. The Knight of Swords is clarified by Judgment. So there is a conversation here taking place. Queen of Wands clarified by Three of Swords and an apology. Ten of Cups to the Four of Cups. Four of Wands to the Star. And the Seven of Swords to the Tower. Okay, you may not see this coming. Well, obviously, we're going to clarify this. Bottom of the deck, Four of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Four of Swords. That leaves the Five of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Death card to the Hangman here at the bottom of the deck. Your overall energy for the month of April, not in regards to everything in your life, but this one particular situation, we'll call it for now. You are trying to find clarity. You're trying to go within. You're trying to use your intuition, better judgment here to make a decision in regard to some type of communication you receive. So it's like you receive communication and now you're trying to go within and to say, well, what do I do with this now? Or how do I respond to this person? Or do I accept this offer or opportunity? Or maybe an apology here for some of you. So we're definitely, we'll clarify this. In the top row, you have the Eight of Swords to the Three of Pentacles, the Lovers to the Devil, and the Two of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups. This is you when you receive this, we'll call it communication for now until we clarify further, being really up in your head, okay? I think the Eight of Swords is attributed to Gemini, but I don't know astrologically if that's, it might be Jupiter and Gemini, I'm not sure. But this is a lot of mental processing about, okay, now that I have received this information or this communication, what do I do with it now? Do I collaborate with this person? Do I accept this offer? Do I even, like, how do I work with this? How do I work with this? What do I do with this now that I know this? Lovers to the Devil card. I think this is someone that you have detached from in some way, whether that's physical, emotional, financial. I think this is coming from someone that you know, because the Lovers, there's a choice here to be made. But the Devil card in the After Tarot deck, where we typically see two people attached to the Devil or attached to one another, or sometimes in some decks attached to the podium that the devil presides over, these individuals are unattached or detached. So there's something here about detachment. I'm going to clarify that as well. And then the Two of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups. That's that offer or opportunity here. And now you're going back and forth. Do I do this? Do I not do this? Same thing with that Two of Wands to the Fool. Do I do this? Do I not do this? It seems to feel here like maybe it's a little bit risky for you. That's the feeling I get here. So the Queen of Wands to the Three of Swords. There's a decision here that you're making. I know that you're a water sign, but you're showing up here in the Queen of Wands. It's like you're processing the past. You're processing the past heartache, the past trauma that you've gone through in order to make this decision. Ten of Cups to the Four of Cups. This is, I don't know if I want this offer. This Ace of Cups that's given to you. Some of you may actually consider dumping it out, rejecting it, not wanting to move forward with it. There's a feeling here it might be a risk to your happiness. Four of Wands to the Star card. There's something here that you're hoping and wishing for. And so when this communication comes in, it's like you're trying to go back and forth and say, is this what I'm really hoping and wishing for? I don't know. Or would I be sabotaging my happiness or my stability by accepting this? And then Tower to the Seven of Swords. So that's the feeling here. If I accept this, if I move forward with this, or if I reconcile, or I accept this job offer even, does this end up being more destructive for me in the long run? Let's start to clarify. Knight of Swords. We'll start right there. I think for a lot of you, this might be some kind of, I think it might be an apology for one of you watching at least. All right, Knight of Swords. I say that because I see the Page of Cups to the Ten of Swords to the Sun. It's like, can we heal this? There's something like that here. All right, Knight of Swords. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. The communication, information. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Another messenger here. Tell me more about this. Knight of Swords, communication, information, offer, opportunity, coming into the Scorpio collective. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Empress, and you have the Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck, you have the Hangman. So this conversation, I'll say, takes place between you and this individual. And then that Four of Swords, it's like I have to think about it, or now I have to process this. Bottom of the deck, Hangman. Yeah, I got to process this now. What do I do now that I know this? Or now that they told me this, or they've offered me this, now what do I do with that? Clarify judgment, because you are making a judgment call, or at least you're trying to. Clarify judgment here for the Scorpio collective. What do I do with this now? One more shuffle. Thank you. Judgment is clarified by the Sun, the Lovers, and the Ten of Wands. Well, we see that here. Same thing with that Sun card. Bottom of the deck, Five of Swords. What do I do with this now? Now that I've been enlightened, right? Now that I've received this information, communication, offer, opportunity, Lovers to the Lovers here. What do I do with it? Do I accept it? Do I move forward with it? Would it be difficult for me to move forward with? Would it be challenging for me to move forward with this? So before we clarify any further, let's figure out first what the offer is, and then we'll go back to that Lovers to the Devil card. I feel like we need to know what it is that you're going back and forth on. So let's clarify that Ace of Cups to the Two of Pentacles, please, for Scorpio. Yeah, it must be a big decision. I don't feel like this is something, you know, light. This seems to be a big decision. If you're not, you keep going back and forth on this. Tell me about that Two of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. Two of Pentacles, clarified by Six of Swords. Do I move forward? Hangman, I don't know. Five of Swords. Oh, look at all this mental conflict. Nine of Pentacles, the Strength, the Four of Pentacles. Would it keep, right behind that King of Swords, would this keep me stuck? Would this keep me, is this really best for me? What the heck is this offer? Okay. Please give us some insight or clarity. What is the offer? Just the offer. What is that Ace of Cups? What is that offer? What is the offer here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The offer. The Nine of Cups, the Strength card, and the World card. Bottom of that, Queen of Cups, Six of Swords again to the Emperor. Okay, so this Emperor now has showed themselves twice in two different decks. So this could be for those of you where you receive a job opportunity or the opportunity to collaborate with someone, like maybe you're a business owner. We saw that Emperor card. We have the Empress card. So it could be for some of you, let's say you're a business owner, someone wants to collaborate with you or maybe like, I don't know, maybe you're a content creator like I am, and someone wants to like pair up with you so you could, they could be a sponsor and you promote their product or service. There just seems to, it's pretty big. It's either affecting you emotionally or affecting you financially. So like if you're a business owner and you receive this offer, you're like, I don't know if this is in my best interest to do this. I mean, it sounds good. Sun to the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is carrying the Ace of Swords. So there is truth and clarity. Something is illuminated. And you're like, but it could be good, right? Nine of Cups, Strength card, the World card. Maybe this is what I've been manifesting. And then at the same time, you're like, no, maybe it'll just be too much of a headache for me. If you're a single Scorpio and this is someone who wants to connect with you or ask you out on a date or something, it's the same feeling. It's like, I don't know if this is the type of person I've been manifesting. I keep saying manifesting because in the After Tarot deck, the World card has, instead of the 4 fixed signs in the corner, has the 4 aces. Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. So it's like, is this what I've been manifesting? Is this the kind of person? Do I even want to entertain this? Do I even want to make the decision to go out on a date? Am I even ready for love? If this is a past person offering you an apology and an attempt here to reconnect with you, you're like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, that's the feeling. I don't know if I want to reconnect with them again. And it could be a friend, it could be a family member. We don't always have to default to love. You know, it could be a boss. Maybe you sever ties in a bad way and they're coming around again, not to ask you if you want to work for them again, but just offering you an apology. Hey, you know, you worked with us or for us for a long time. We're kind of sorry how things ended. I mean, it could be someone like that as well, just wanting to offer you an apology after the fact, maybe because of a Three of Swords moment. And you seem to be like, thanks, but then you're not sure if you want to re-engage with them after that. Let's keep drilling down on this message. It may change as we move forward. The Lovers. Why is the Lovers here? We have that twice here, both decks. Why is the Lovers here? Yeah, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I don't know if I want to put the effort in. I don't know if I want to work with this person, reconnect with this person. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Lovers, clarified by Judgment. 8 of Cups. Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, King of Wands. Boy, are you conflicted. So, as of right now, I would expect communication, providing you with an opportunity to connect with an individual. That's as bare bones as I can make it. And you don't know if it is an opportunity that you want to move towards or find out a little more information about or discover a little bit more info on, or in that 8 of Cups, you just want to decline it and walk away. Yeah, the Devil card. Do I just detach from this? Maybe, I don't know. This could also be something like you applied for a job and could have been some time ago, but now they come in with the offer and you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to work for you anymore. Like I did at the time that I applied or I came in for the interview. I wanted to connect. I wanted to, 3 of Pentacles, work here, work for you. But now that you're presenting me with the job offer, like, I don't know, something's changed. Maybe my likes have changed. Maybe I want to get into a different field. Maybe I want to explore some more financial opportunities. If this is an ex-lover for some of you coming back around, you're like, I don't know, maybe once upon a time you were the 9 of Cups to that World card, you were my wish fulfillment, but I don't know. There may be the time apart you have emotionally detached from this person and you don't know if you want to reattach to them. Tell me more about the Devil. I don't know if I want to entertain this anymore. I feel like you've lost your taste for something. There you go. So when you applied for this or when you originally connected to this, now that there's been some time apart or something, or maybe something's come to light here, you're like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if it's aligned to me anymore. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Devil, clarified by the 7 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Empress. There you are again. You keep showing up as the Empress, whether you're masculine or feminine, which tells me, regardless of your gender or how you identify, the nurturing side of you, because you came up here as the Empress as well in this deck, the nurturing side of you that at some point in time would have liked to have nurtured this opportunity, nurtured this connection, nurtured this business proposition. Now you're not so sure if it's in your best interest to nurture it, to feed it, to want to engage with it. Now you don't even know if it's your equal. Like if this is a person, you don't, maybe once upon a time they were your 9 of Cups, but you're starting to doubt if they are. Let's get a yes or no Let's just clear this up. Actually, no, let's not do yes or no yet. Let's not do yes or no yet. Okay. 10 of Cups to the 4 of Cups. Yeah, it's like once upon a time, this was my dream job or my dream living situation or my dream best friend or my dream lover. But in the 4 of Cups, I don't know. You're dumping out that cup. Like, I don't know. Tell me about the 10 of Cups here. Tell me about the 10 of Cups here. One more shuffle. Okay, thank you. So many repeating cards here. Wheel of Fortune, the Star, the King of Pentacles. I don't know if I want to invest in this anymore. King of Wands shows themselves again. I think this is something from the past for you. A job, a business idea, a friend, a romantic partner, a family member that once upon a time you connected with, but now you've grown estranged from. There's something like that here at play, you know, and it's going to be different for all of you. Obviously, it's a collective general reading. But when the person initiates, they're the ones initiating conversation with you for connection or reconnection, or presenting you, like I said, with the job offer or the business proposal. You seem to be questioning here if that still is your wish fulfillment, your dream person, your dream job, or, you know, maybe you connected with a realtor and you were looking at a specific location to move to. And now the realtor reaches out to you in the month of April and says, hey, I got a couple more homes or apartments or flats available. Are you still interested? And you're like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to move to blank, you know, or I don't know if I want to work with you as my realtor. There's just a feeling like that. Tell me more about that 4 of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. 9 of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. Maybe I'm better off looking elsewhere. Maybe I'm better off looking elsewhere. Maybe I'm better off just doing it by myself or being alone or looking for another opportunity. You are questioning whether this individual or what it is that they are offering you, if it's still aligned to you, the person you're becoming, the person you want to become. You're not sure, Temperance to Hierophant, if you and this person or company or whatever are still aligned, they're still on the same page, have the same shared vision or values for the project, or, you know what I mean, the connection or something like that. You are questioning your investment. You're questioning your involvement based upon a past experience, whether it was with them or someone else. You certainly are questioning your involvement. Let's get to that 7 of Swords. I think this is coming as a shock to you, to be quite honest with you, because once upon a time you wanted this. That Devil card in the After Tarot deck shows detachment, which tells me, remember, it's called the After Tarot deck. So what would have been before that? The actual Devil card. So at some point in time, you were obsessed. We'll just use that word. You were obsessed with this person, place, or thing. Now you're detached from it. Now you don't know if you are still passionate about it. So it's a job you've always wanted, and now they come around and offer you the job. You're 7 of sorting the opportunity because you're like, I don't know if I want to work for you anymore. Maybe you saw some things online, or you heard some things about the company. You're like, yeah, I don't know. Let's get into that 7 of Swords. I feel like this is you. You're going like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's finally here. It's finally available. And I don't know if I want it. And it could be for some of you a person, like an ex. You, once upon a time, they were your wish fulfillment. Could be your current person even. They're your wish fulfillment. They're everything you've ever wanted. They show up now. They're ready. They want to commit. They're offering you their heart. And you're like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't know if I want you still, or if I want you again, or I want to try again. 7 of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. 7 of Swords, Page of Pentacles. When you receive that offer opportunity, Page of Swords, that communication, King of Wands, bottom of the deck, Knight of Wands, 5 of Cups, and the 3 of Swords. Let's get a yes or no. Is this King of Wands the person who's offering this to you? They don't, it doesn't have to be masculine. It doesn't have masculine. It doesn't have to be a masculine. It doesn't have to be a fire sign, but yes or no. Is the King of Wands the person presenting this? One more shuffle. Thank you. 7 of Cups. That is a no. So the King of Wands is you. You're receiving this. Queens. Oh, that would make sense because you're here as the Queen of Wands and now the King of Wands. So if you haven't seen my readings before, and I hope you have, but if you haven't, stick around and watch some of the others. For me, Queens exist in the present. They're processing the past. Kings take action. You're saying based upon either newfound knowledge that I found out since I applied for that job or I connected with that person, maybe something you found out was heartbreaking to you. Or the last time you interacted with that friend, family member, or lover, there was a heartbreaking moment that caused that separation in the connection. So the Queen of Wands is processing based upon my pain that I either had with this person, with this entity, or elsewhere. I'm a little bit more cautious now when it comes to engaging with this opportunity, with this offer. So the king would take action, but seven of sorting yourself, you're stopping yourself from taking action. It's like, wait a minute. Why is that? Tell me about the tower. You're stopping yourself. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, King of Swords, bottom of the deck, Page of Cups, because you want it to be solid. Okay, so, okay, different take now on this. Let's say this is a job. I'll give you a couple of different scenarios, examples that I'm getting. Let's say it's a job. Once upon a time, you applied for this company. They didn't hire you. You went off. You did your own thing. Maybe you're still looking for another job. They come back around again. You found out some new things about the company. You're not so sure that you want to work for them anymore. You're not immediately ruling it out. You want some more information. Page of Pentacles says, I'd like to discover more about this. You even had the Page of Wands here, right? So, well, tell me more about it. Tell me more about the job. And as they're telling you more about the job, you're realizing like, oh, can you put that in writing? Like, it sounds good in that Page of Cups. It makes me emotionally excited. I feel emotionally content hearing everything you have to say. But can you put it in writing? Page of Pentacles to the King of Swords. So that would be like the past job coming around again. The Eight of Cups is the only card in tarot that actually shows an eclipse. So they eclipsed you, you eclipsed them, but now they come back around again. You're like, can you put it in writing? Let's say it's a love partner. And back then they were, I don't know, uncommittal. Okay, they were non-committal. It was a toxic connection. You were obsessed with them. Whatever, you detached, you broke up. Maybe you're still in the connection, but you're not feeling it anymore. Suddenly they come in and they have apologies, or they're expressing their love for you and some future talk here. And you're like, that all sounds good. What's the plan? What's the plan, Stan? Like, okay, that sounds good. You want all this with me. Oh, okay. This would have been the person that had they told you 6 days ago, 6 months ago, 6 years ago that they wanted you and wanted to marry you or whatever, you would have jumped head first. You would have been like, yes, absolutely. Here, I'm a size 6, or whatever your ring finger is, size 7. And now that they come in with those words, you're like, okay, what's the plan? Well, let's solidify this. What's the plan here? So there's something like that, even if it's a friend, and you disconnected from them and now there's like an apology, maybe an exchange apologies with all the pages on the table. But it's like, okay, what are we going to do differently this time in the friendship to make sure that, you or I don't end up in the Three of Swords again? So there seems to be a reluctancy on your part, although it sounds good, it feels good, it's something once upon a time you've wanted. Now that this person is verbally communicating it to you, you want more than verbal. You want more than words. You're like, can you put that in writing? Can you put that employment offer in writing? Do you have an employment contract? Oh, it's a vendor. You want to work with me again after not working with me or not wanting to work with me? What are the terms and conditions? You're now the lending company. Suddenly you decline me. Now you want to give me the loan. What are the terms and conditions? Black and white. Put it in writing. If it's a past person coming around, this is like, well, what's the plan then? How do we progress forward then? Like, the word sounds good. It seems very fluffy. It seems very fluffy. And I think in the past you would have jumped that fluffy. And now you're like, I need something a little bit more solid. And that's because you showed up here twice as the Empress. And you're saying, if I'm going to nurture this opportunity or this connection, I need to make sure that we're on the same page. I need to make sure we're on the same page. So what's the plan, or what are the details? Okay. So this offer opportunity comes in. It's someone here trying to present you with an offer. So there's that Page of Pentacles here. Now, Page of Cups is here twice. So for maybe some of you, it's an apology. Sorry, we didn't hire you last time, but now here's the job offer. We didn't collaborate with you last time, but here's the offer. Again, could be an apology from a friend, family member, or a lover. but you have the Four of Swords here twice. You have heartbreak. What was the heartbreak? Queen of Wands. Because you're still like, well, you know, based on what happened last time or what I found out about you. So something was heartbreaking here or disappointing. And you're like, gee, they're not who I thought they were. Company, person, whatever. Tell me about that Queen of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Eight of Pentacles. The last time we worked together, Nine of Swords to the Nine of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. Okay. So the last time, like, me, I don't know, you... Let me get more cards. Let me get more cards on the table before I start talking. I was going to say the last time you made the effort to work with them, or maybe like you filled out an application or a resume, like this is someone at a table working, you were very much up in your head like you felt wounded or you felt rejected. You felt rejected. Well, they didn't hire me. They didn't want to collaborate with me then. They didn't want to work with me then. I remember reaching out to a tarot reader about a year or so ago, and I was just like, I kind of like your flow. I like your rhythm. I like the way you read the cards. It's very unique, you know. And I had said to him, like, maybe we should collaborate. And he's really good at love readings. I try not to meddle too much with the love readings. If they come up, they come up, but I never set an intention. Some of you have complained about that because you're like, I want to know what my person is thinking. But I try not to do that because energies are very fluid. Relationships are very complicated. I understand it's a collective general reading. And I don't want someone accusing their person of cheating if they're not cheating, you know, just because the Seven of Swords card comes up. Like, I don't ever want to be the reader that is giving you the message coming through, but it might not exactly be for you. You know what I mean? And then you're making life-changing relational decisions based on that. If it comes up, it comes up. I can't hide it. But I never set the intention. But he is really good at it. And I thought we could collaborate. And I felt pretty rejected when, after a lot of conversation, he just decided I wasn't for him. Then when my subscription count went up and I had a lot more people following me, then he reached out to me. And it was pretty clear in his wording of the email that was now the only reason, because my channel had exceeded his in terms of subscribers. So now he wanted to collaborate. And I was like, no, you know what? No, no, thank you. Thank you. But no. And it's a shame, but that really hurt me. And I saw a side of him because back then he was like, well, you don't really have that many more subscribers than me, so it really wouldn't benefit me. That's the only reason you would collaborate with someone? Wouldn't you want to come together with someone you vibe with? You know what I mean? And we could have produced some really good messages for the collective. Like, oh, you were only going to use me to try to siphon off subscribers. Like, I never looked at it that way. I looked at it as providing my subscribers with a service. I don't generally do those types of readings, and I thought it'd be really fun to collaborate with him. So anyway, yeah, when he came back around, I was like, no, because it left a bad taste in my mouth. So there's something like that. Like at some point in time, you wanted to work on this, or work with this person, or work for this person, or be in relationship with this person. And now they're coming back around with apology or fluff or offer opportunity. And you're just like, I don't know, because I was pretty wounded. Because I was all gung-ho when I first applied or I first connected with you, you know, or we were dating. And now I don't know. So something they said or did in the past led to some type of rejection or heartbreak, or maybe you found out something that hurt you. So now they come back around again. You're not sure. What is that Three of Swords? One more shuffle. Thank you. I will say, since whatever that happened, you've been healing. Because in the After Tarot deck, the swords are out of the heart. The heart's still a little bloody though, right? It's got a bandage wrapped around it, but you have been healing. So it's not like the pain's not as raw as it was when it first happened, right? It's not like that fresh wound, but it's still there. It's still a reminder. You haven't forgotten about it. Tell me about that Three of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands, and the Knight of Cups, bottom of that Queen of Swords. The last time I wanted to invest or work with you or work for you, you kept me waiting. There was a time I looked at that Ace of Pentacles and it was, you were a shiny little penny, and I really wanted, you know what I mean? Really wanted to invest with you. The Queen is looking in at that Pentacle and seeing her reflection. So the last time I invested, very nurturing Queen as well, I invested in this connection or in this job or whatever, I saw myself in it, right? She's seeing herself in a Pentacle. I saw myself in that relationship, in that friendship, at that job, collaborating with that person. I could really see myself doing it. But look what you did to me. You made me wait. Three of Wands to the Knight of Pentacles. And I waited and I waited and I waited for a ship that never came in. And then I realized I was at the fucking airport, so I had to leave. That's what it feels like. I had to look for a job elsewhere or disconnect. And you might still be in connection with this person, but you may be emotionally detached or emotionally desensitized because of that heartache or because of the weight that the heartache created. It could be like you still work for this company, but you waited so long for a promotion that never came. And now they're providing you with the opportunity to have that promotion in the month of April. And you're like, I don't even know if I want that job anymore, because I don't even know if I want this job anymore. Like, I don't even know if I want to work for you because you made me wait and wait so long for that. That's that Knight of Pentacles. That didn't fit in before energetically for me, but now it does. The Empress was made to wait. Knight of Pentacles to the Empress. To the Four of Swords. Oh, boy, did you wait. To exhaustion. To exhaustion. And now it comes in. And now you don't know if you want it. Well, whether this person is a friend, family member, lover, boss, someone wants to collaborate with you, or, you know, maybe you are a business owner, a content creator, someone who wants to collab with you. It's definitely someone who passed you up in the past or hurt you. Yeah, made you wait. So regardless of who they are, let's see what their feelings are for you in the month of April. What is this person's feelings for the Scorpio collective in April? What are their feelings for Scorpio? One more shuffle. Thank you. ARD. ARD, are those your initials? I'm asking you like you can answer me. ARD. ARD just came to me. Six of Cups. How do they feel about you? Six of Cups, the Hierophant, and the World card. Bottom of the deck, the Ace of Swords. Well, now they want to speak their truth, right? The Knight comes in holding the Ace of Swords. I had said that before. So now suddenly this person wants to talk about either the ending or how they passed you up or passed you over, or they weren't serious. Tell me more about how this person feels about Scorpio. One more shuffle. Thank you. Now they want a new chapter. Yes. Now they want a new chapter. Now they want a Three of Pentacles with you. Now they want to work with you, work for you, collaborate with you. Hermit, Ace of Swords. Okay. Nine of Wands, Two of Swords, Ten of Swords to the Ten of Swords. Bottom of deck, Five of Cups. Look, coming back around again. To you, Scorpio, Death card, Moon. You don't see this coming. Here's that King of Wands. There you are. You're going to have to make a choice. So with that Moon card, we're talking about within the energy of the new moon, or sorry, within the energy of the full moon in Libra on April 1st, or the new moon in Aries later on in the month. Maybe that's why you showed up as the King of Wands, because you would have to take action. So maybe for some of you, it's closer to that new moon in Aries. But either way, you're going to have a decision here to make. This person's feelings, not wanting to give up on the connection, where maybe I passed you up in the past, or maybe we did or said things that really hurt one another. But this person is undecided here. Now they want to work with you. Like if the Hierophant is the company or the corporation, now they want to employ you. They've made up their mind. They've made up their decision. This person wants another opportunity with you after this very painful ending. And that's what I got. Making you this offer to want to heal this connection. So maybe this is something, again, you know, they passed you up or something like that for the job and or the collaboration or the relationship. And now they're coming back around again. Why are they coming back around again? How about that? Why are they coming back around again? One more shuffle. Thank you. Three of Pentacles, because now they want to work on it. Five of Wands and the Hermit. Bottom of the deck, Two of Swords. They feel like in the past they made a bad decision. They made a bad decision, or they weren't seeing things right. Tell me more about this. They made a bad decision. The conflict or discord or separation between you and them. This is two people like fighting, right? And there's a line here between them. So the separation or the distance, or not, you know, choosing you for the job or not working with you in the past. Now they've been enlightened with that Hermit card. They've done some soul searching. Tell me more about why they suddenly want to work with Scorpio. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Ace of Swords shows itself again. Yeah, they've had some clarity now. some clarity about wanting. You see that Two of Cups. Now, this could be a handshake or a hug. It could be a romantic embrace. You know, take it how it resonates to you. I don't know who this person is to you. But now we see they offer you that Ace of Cups. Here's you, whether you're masculine or feminine. You're taking the lid off. You're looking at it. This is everything that they have to say to you now. So something about a bad choice, a bad decision, seeing things clearly, maybe seeing where they added to the turmoil or the discord. This could also be like, sorry, we passed you up. We hired someone else. They didn't work out. We realized our mistake. Now we want to offer you the job. There's something like that here at play. Knight of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and 3 of Cups. Let's get you some advice. I'm going to use the advice deck. The only other sign that I got advice for, I think, was Virgo or Libra. And I said, oh, the other ones are going to be upset. But I used Libra's deck to give advice, but you don't have many cards left in yours. So let's get advice here from the actual advice deck for you. So yeah, I would expect incoming communication, offer opportunity from someone who passed you up in the past or hurt you in the past, something like that. And you seem to be very cautious. You don't know what their intentions are. You want something more concrete in writing, or you want some kind of plan. Oh, now you're serious about the relationship. Okay, what's your plan? Or what will you do differently this time? You really have bossed up. You really have bossed up. So your advice. What is Scorpio's advice when it comes to dealing with this person? One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice. Page of Wands. Get more information. King of Cups. Yes, bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups, 8 of Swords, and Justice to the Fool card. Before you take the leap of faith, or maybe in the past you would have been like, oh my God, it's the opportunity or the person I've been waiting for. Slow down. Slow down just a little bit. Get some more information. Remember that 8 of Swords to the 3 of Pentacles? You have it here again. 10 of Cups, 8 of Swords, and Justice. So I think for some of you, this is coming in the energy of the full moon in Libra. I'm actually doing this reading on April 1st, and tonight will be the full moon in Libra. It's either on the 1st or 2nd, depending on where you live in the world. You're the King of Cups, whether you're masculine or feminine. So there's something about keeping your emotions in check when you receive this offer or news. Don't let it rock you. Stay stable, stay centered, and you're going to have to go within here. I mean, the King of Cups is the most intuitive king in tarot. And you'll need to use your intuition from a very emotionally balanced, emotionally controlled place to decide if you want to renew this offer opportunity or this relationship. Is there hope for renewal? Will things change in this connection? For those of you where this is romantic in nature, is this person still your 10 of Cups? And the only way you're going to know that is by having a truthful and honest conversation about the relationship, discovering more. Then you can decide whether or not you want to take a leap here with that 2 of Cups, Fool to the 2 of Cups, to the Queen of Pentacles. If you want to nurture, look at the cards. I effing love tarot. If you want to nurture the connection again, Queen of Pentacles, when you receive that communication from this person, the Hermit, who went within and did some introspection, look at this, after they broke your heart or rejected you. So information here will be key for you. Conversation will be key here for you. Getting more information or discussing what transpired. And you needing to do that from a very emotionally balanced, in control of your emotions kind of way. Any advice for the conversation itself? Then we'll get you some oracle cards and we'll close it out with the Kippers deck. Anything else? Advice here for when they have the conversation with this person? One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Wands, you, that's how you showed up. Knight of Wands to the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, don't rush in. 4 of Pentacles, just put the brakes on a little bit. Because Knight of Wands, the King of Wands to the Knight of Wands, this is everything I've ever wanted. I've been waiting for this opportunity. I'm action ready, right? This is passionate. This job sounds creative. It's what I've been wanting. Or, maybe there's some lust involved with this person. And I'm not saying that there isn't love there. There certainly is love there. You showed up as the King of Cups. So if this is a romantic partnership, it's someone you have passion and love for. But that 4 of Pentacles is like, hold on. Again, 4 of Pentacles talks about control and stability. And then you have the King of Cups there saying, you have some emotional control or emotional stability. So there's something here about you controlling your emotions or not getting caught up in the heat or passion of the moment. This is the third deacon in Capricorn. I just realized that. And then you have the devil energy here, which is Capricorn energy. So there's something, again, holding yourself back when you receive this offer opportunity in the energy of the new moon from someone who betrayed you or hurt you. And there's that Tower card again. Knight of Pentacles. What is this Knight of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles? I feel like there's something here of they made you wait a long time for this. And now that they're coming back around, you want a plan. Knight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. That's also third deacon Aries, second deacon Taurus. So for us to materialize this in the 3D Taurus, for me to take action, right, in Aries energy, I need a plan. Virgo is about structure, plans, strategy. So in order for me to move forward with this, it might feel good or sound good or I'm passionate about it, but it needs to be solidified. It needs to be solid. And the only way to do that would be to have a discussion to create a plan forward. I hope that cleared everything up for you. All right, let's get you some oracle cards and we'll close it out with kippers. Yeah, there needs to be routine here, or, okay, you're offering me a job. Great. What are the hours? What's the pay? And I would ask them to put it in writing, benefits package and all of that, because clearly this individual is an untrustworthy individual to you. If you're looking for, put it in writing, terms and conditions, and, create a plan. Clearly that Three of Swords was enough that made you believe this person is untrustworthy. So now it's like you want to see them put their money where their mouth is. Let's get you some oracle cards for Scorpio. One more shuffle. Thank you. Potential. It's got potential. Circle of care. I think it's someone circling back around again. And then do you want to take a leap? What's the goal? What's the goal? What's the plan? All right, I'll read these to you in a second. It's cute. You're smart today. Not that you're not smart usually, but yeah, a little bit of a smart ass today. Okay, let's get you some oracle cards. So in terms of your advice when this comes in, have a conversation. Get all of the details. Don't rush, and don't let passion sweep you back up with that King of Wands and Knight of Wands. If this is a person, like, control your libido. Like, try to, if you want to look at it that way, if this is a romantic partner, take care of yourself for a little bit if you have to release some hormones there. So you're not all over this person the moment they walk through the door or they call you. One more shuffle. Thank you. Celestial gate. I said walk through the door, and then we see a gate here. So let's see where we go. And it says doors. Doors open. Mossy Glen, Whispering Pines, Hearth Fire. For some of you, this is a romantic partnership. Either your current one or a past one coming back around again. And look, if this is someone totally new, which I have no indication that it's new. I don't. The Eight of Cups is someone coming back from the past. That Three of Swords is heartache you had at this person. The Ten of Swords you had with this person. So again, friend, family member, lover, employer. But if by chance, for 1% of you, this is someone totally new, yeah, you're not sure if you can trust them because the last person you trusted in that position hurt you really bad. But I'm telling you, 99% of you is someone from the past or who you're currently engaged with, but you're a little emotionally detached from them. One more shuffle here. Thank you. I connect with heaven, self-love, and appreciation. Bottom of that, crossing into light. So you have potential. Unleash your inner potential and transcend self-limitations. Well, there's your potential. There's your Ace of Cups or your Ace of Pentacles that is coming your way. You have Celestial Gate, doors to other realms open. Embrace the magic. Remember, is this still my manifestation? Isn't it? I connect with heaven. A challenging situation holds a hidden lesson for your growth. By turning inward, and that's what you're doing there, you can find peace and transform resentment into understanding. So maybe some of you are holding resentment towards this person because they made you wait or they passed you up. Embrace this moment as a step towards serenity and trust that every experience leads you closer to your true self. And you have Circle of Care again. I feel like coming back around again energy. Grow with the support of love and compassion, connecting to the strength of others. Mossy Glen, find comfort in nature. It nurtures your spirit. So if you can get out for walks, I don't know where you live in the world, what the climate is like, or your ability to walk is, but definitely being out in nature, even if you're in a wheelchair, if you can just like get outside, doesn't mean you necessarily have to walk. If not, if you can get close to a window and just have a little sun on your face, meditation comes into mind here. Maybe some herbal teas or herbal remedies. Of course, check with your physician before you start taking anything new. But there is something here about finding comfort, solace alone. There's only one tree here. So even just meditation, being alone might help you make this decision. Self-love. Yeah, there's something here like you, I don't know, you couldn't see or they couldn't see. This is the same bandage over the eyes as the Two of Swords. I honor and celebrate myself in every moment, embracing who I am. I recognize the divinity within and the purity of my soul. With compassion, I nourish my body, mind, and spirit. So maybe that's the goal here. Like when this person or offer opportunity comes back around again, maybe really what you need to be focusing on, I'm not saying to say yes or no to them, but like taking care of yourself, nourishing yourself, or walks in nature, meditation, drinking enough water. Make sure you get enough sleep. Oh, last night I took a Tylenol PM. I slept for like 10 hours. I feel so great today. I haven't slept that long in months. I'm not telling you to take that. Please don't take that as medical advice. You got to give out all these disclaimers these days. It's ridiculous. But yeah, just something that will help you sleep, or drifting off to sleep, listening to music. I would just make sure that you are well rested and taking care of yourself. Leap forward, overcoming obstacles along the way. Yeah, this person is asking you basically to take a leap of faith with them or in them. Whispering pines, nature's voice guides you. Listen to their wisdom. Again, there's something about meditation or getting outside. And then you have appreciation. I'm grateful for the abundance in my life. As I focus on all that is wonderful, my worries lighten. With a full heart, I appreciate all that I have. I accept what is as it is. So I think you have to accept this connection for what it is or how it played out in the past, because the next line says, and I choose contentment. Well, if you're choosing contentment, that means you are releasing resentment. So maybe what you need to do is take care of yourself, nurture yourself, release whatever resentment or hard feelings that you have. So when this person comes back in again, you're making a decision from a clear and balanced perspective. King of Cups in the upright, not King of Cups in the reverse where you're erratic and emotional, because you're holding on to the pain or the resentment. So maybe that's why your response here should be a little bit delayed. One, you get all the facts, but two, it's like, I really have to think about that. And we saw that with the Four of Swords to the Empress. Knight of Pentacles, Empress, Four of Swords was like, I really now have to think about this. I want to pull a couple more cards for you before we get into Kippers. So we saw how this person feels about you. And we saw what and we got advice for you what to do, but what are their intentions? Maybe we should look at that real quick before we close it out with the Kippers. Yeah, I don't think we did intentions. I think we looked at how they feel about you or how they feel about you now, and then we got you advice. But this person who's coming in with this offer opportunity for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for April 2026. What is this person's intentions? What are their intentions for Scorpio? One more shuffle. Thank you. Their intentions. Nine of Cups, Six of Cups comes out again. The Nine of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, High Priestess, Five of Wands. That came out twice. Two different decks there. We had the Five of Wands there as well. And the Two of Pentacles. There's that Devil card to the Two of Swords. Four of Pentacles. What's the Four of Pentacles is Capricorn. Two of Pentacles is first decan of Capricorn. So there's something here. It's almost like this person, all right, this is going to sound really weird. I don't know how this is going to resonate. Some way, somehow, this person was enlightened to some self-sabotaging behavior they had. Maybe the way they argued or conflict or, again, not choosing or selecting you or hiring you. It's like they now see where they maybe sabotage this or sabotage the opportunity. So their intention is Nine of Cups to the Six of Cups to the Nine of Pentacles. Well, Nine of Pentacles is happiness, comfort, satisfaction. And then the Nine of Cups, same thing, wishes fulfilled, comfort, happiness. So it's like they want to restore stability and emotional comfort or satisfaction to the connection with you. Three more cards here on their intentions. Queen of Cups, there you are, whether you're masculine or feminine. Maybe restore emotional security to the connection. One more shuffle. And that would be communicating it to you, because the Queen of Cups is third decan Gemini. Gemini's ruler is Mercury. So it's communicate. So maybe communicating to you how they feel about you. Three of Swords, about that heartache. And Chariot, wanting to move forward. Nine of Wands, Four of Swords, Two of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Like, I don't know, in the past passing you up, but now wanting to work on this. Having a lot of remorse and regret. Five of Cups, the Fool, and the Two of Cups. now, I don't know. It's like they saw their self-sabotaging behavior, or maybe how they sabotage themselves or their company by not hiring you. There's definitely something here about wanting to communicate. Three of Swords is, I know this. It's second decan in Libra, but I know this. What is this? This is Saturn in Libra. Was a lesson for this person. And maybe for you as well. Libra is the house of partnerships, relationships, business relationships, marriage, romantic partnerships. So there was some kind of lesson here. And Six of Cups is you, second decan Scorpio. So there's something, I mean, this person's intention is try to restore happiness or stability to the connection, wanting to move forward, wanting to have victory with you, hoping that you say yes, hoping that you reconnect with them. Maybe wanting to even communicate or right the wrong that they did in the past. Now I'm going to tell you what's not here. It's the one thing that you want. What's the plan, Stan? No pentacles. So expressing remorse, expressing regret, wanting to get on the same page, wanting to verbalize, I know where I self-sabotaged my company or myself or you or our relationship but by not doing this. And now I want to move forward, maybe pay you adequately, or maybe nurture this connection if this is a friend, family member, a lover, because that's a second decan in Virgo. Virgo is all about health, restoration. So there's something like that here at play. There's a lot of words. There's a lot of words here now that I look at it, and someone realizing where they went wrong in the past. But I think your main advice here is, what's the plan, Stan? There's something here about putting it in writing, or making it real, making it tangible. I hope that helps you. I guess leave me messages, pin this video, and as the month progresses, let me know how this pans out for each of you. Let's get you some Kipper cards now, 2 for each row. Not that we can see the rows anymore, but okay. 2 cards here, please, for that top row. Change. Distant horizon. So maybe for some of you, you've been separated or apart from this person for the last 3 months, 6 months, or 9 months. You could be a life path 3, a life path 6, or a life path 9. This person could also be talking about how they want to change maybe they want to course correct something with you, like over the next 3 to 6 months or over the next 9 months, something like that. I'll get you one more on that. One more on distant horizons and change. Community. So now wanting to come together, now wanting to change the connection. Maybe in the past you were moving forward. Interesting how I gave that analogy before of you were like, my ship's never coming in. Oh, wait, maybe I'm at the fucking airport. Well, there's a ship here. So maybe this is now your ship coming in. You know what I mean? Like now they want to kind of 3 of Cups. This always gives me 3 of Cups feeling. Like now they want to change the dynamic of the connection, or they want to reconnect with you or work with you. Something like that here is at play. Okay. Yeah, it's like your ship is finally coming in. But look what it says, distant horizons. So it's still off in the distance. I would expect this within the first 2 or 3 weeks of April. I don't think this goes into the 4th week, to be honest with you. 2 cards here. Lovers, there's your choice. You're going to have to make a choice. Is this the real deal or not? There's that 7 of Swords. You may stop yourself. This may have been the one thing you've always wanted. And now that it's here, you may not want it. One more card on that Thief card. Official person. I don't know if you're my Emperor or Empress. I don't know if you're my equal. Wow. I don't know if you're the boss I want to work for, the person I want to collaborate with. Kind of like what I went through with that content creator. So, yeah, I don't know if you're the real deal or not. It's like the jury is still out. 2 cards here for the last row. Bad health. Unexpected income. Bottom of deck, marriage. I don't know if I want this partnership, or I don't know if it can go the distance. I don't know if I want to rebuild it. I don't know if maybe it would be bad for my health to work for you, or to work with you, or to collaborate with you. But I also think this is an unexpected offer opportunity coming in after they rejected you, or after bad health. Could be like that 3 of Swords, or the relationship went south, right? The relationship went from being a healthy connection to a poor connection. Can I have one more card, please, on bad health? I think this is an unexpected offer opportunity with that bout because of the bad health. Yeah, so you get expectation and you get message. So that's exactly what this is. This is, I don't feel the same. I don't feel the same, or I don't, yeah, I don't have the same opinion of you or your company or this relationship. Like maybe at some point I was hopeful or it was good or it was healthy, but now it no longer is. And now here comes this unexpected offer opportunity. Like I said, communication from this person. You receive this message and you don't know what to expect because it's all fluff. This person is just, it's just words. So I think what you want is something in writing. Like she's looking at a document. So it's almost like I want to, okay, I'll work with you, but then we need like something, if this is contractual in nature, it has to be in writing or it has to go through the legal department. And if this is your person wanting to come back around again, with that house to the marriage to the, oh, I have a pair here. Look at that. I have house, marriage, main female, main male. I mean, that's the pair in the Kipper deck. But you don't know if this is going to be the business partner or the lover or the best friend that's going to be there with you till the end of time, or if they're a false person. So you have a big decision here to make in April when this person comes in. Let's get a yes or no for you, for those of you who need it. Is this person a false person? Fell face down. And there were 3 of them there. But if we get an ace or major arcana card, that'll be a yes. Is this person a false person? One more shuffle here. Thank you. 8 of Swords. 8 of Wands. No, they are not. That is not an ace. That is not a major arcana. But incoming communication is coming into you. First decan of Sagittarius. How are you going to act? How will you respond when you receive this communication? Now, don't allow tarot to dictate what you do, but that Page of Cups is coming your way. If this were my, like, if I look at this from the perspective of a Scorpio moon, I have a friend who lives about 6 hours away, and we've been in disconnection. I could see him wanting to come back around again in the month of April. I'm very turned off by things that he said about practice, tarot, even my person, even the vehicle that I drive. Like he got very cutting with some words. So I might accept the apology, but I might not accept him back into my life. So if I wanted to interpret it that way, I would look at it as him. And he's been my friend for over a decade. I mean, he's in my will. Not anymore, but he used to, he used to be. So take the messages, how they resonate to you. You have an offer opportunity coming in from someone. Make sure you go within, you get all the facts, you discuss all the details prior to making a decision. Don't allow your emotions to sweep you up, or whatever this person says to kind of sweep you off your feet. Stay grounded. That is what I have for you. And I do those weekly reads. So we'll see if that comes out in the weekly reads and how this all plays out for you. That is what I have for you, Scorpio, for April 2026. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, good luck with this. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.